Hey, what's up, nerds? It's Mason, and I got another Omnibus hardcover trade paperback style haul for you guys. Been reading lots of cool stuff and crossing off a lot of books from my backlog, so that's been a lot of fun. So let's get it popping. And of course, a lot of these books were purchased from the glorious InStockTrades.com. Where you can get tons of great discounts, free shipping on over orders of $50, awesome packaging. Yeah, I watch a lot of Omnibus live, so credit to them. Anyway, let's start out with the best. Over a month ago, I picked up and finished this Absolute Sandman, Volume 4. Yeah. Yes. So Volume 4 basically completes the ongoing Sandman series. It ended very well, kind of depressing, but still a great ending, and I won't give away the plot or anything like that for those of you who haven't read it, and you damn well should read it if you like comics. But yeah, it was damn near perfect story, and I did pick up Sandman Absolute Volume 5 this month, or last month, July, and haven't read that one yet, but it basically collects just some mini-series that occurred after the ongoing, I believe, so we'll check that out. And then I got to pick up Absolute Death and the recent one, Absolute Sandman Overture. So Neil Gaiman, brilliant writer, and can't recommend Sandman enough. It really like enriched my life, just being able to, you feel like you're lucky for being able to be exposed to it. He's such a genius. Moving on, I got a few hardcovers. I picked up volumes 1 and 2 of Detective Comics Rebirth by James Tynion IV. So when it comes to Detective Rebirth, when the Rebirth first started, I had both Detective and Batman on my pull list, and I felt like it was kind of crowding my pull having both of them on there, so I needed to drop one, and I chose to drop Detective and stay on Batman, which I learned a little bit after that was probably the wrong decision, because I'm not a fan of Batman Rebirth like at all. It's weird though, because I really enjoy Tom King's Mr. Miracle, so I know that I enjoy some of his writing, but the Batman's not doing it for me at all. So I stayed on that one for the first maybe 20 issues, and then I kind of regretted not keeping up with Detective, even though I guess it's okay now, since I can just catch up with these nice deluxe hardcovers, so that ain't bad. I finished Volume 1, loved it, loved learning more about the Bat family of characters that I didn't know so much about and was curious about, especially Batwoman. She's got a great history and definitely a very powerful character. So we'll start Volume 2 up pretty soon and see what's up with that. And then I also picked up a more recent book, Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover, also written by James Tynion IV, which was a big reason why I thought I'd give it a shot, since I liked Detective so much. And I don't have really any Turtles books in my library. Shame on me. So I thought I'd get us started with this. All right. And then crossing off a couple on my backlog, got the big and hefty Batman and Robin by Tomasi Omnibus. Been wanting this one for a long time, and especially since it went off of in-stock trades, the pressure was on to buy it, so I found a copy on the Omnibus Collectors Facebook group, so we'll see when I can open that fatty. And then, of course, in July, the Bat Morrison Omnibus Volume 1 was released. And the first day I got it, I popped it open and started reading it, so I have finished it, and I really enjoyed it. Grant Morrison is a great Batman writer. Tons of super awesome artwork in here. I felt like the Black Glove plot line would make for a good R-rated Batman film. And then, so the Bat Morrison Omnibus is Volume 1. So if it goes in the continuity of the whole Grant Morrison, Batman universe, I believe that the Batman and Robin would be after that, and that has an absolute format, which I do not have. And then you would have Absolute Batman Incorporated, or not Absolute, but Batman Incorporated, and I did buy the Absolute edition, which I bought before kind of learning the continuity of all those things, so I'm thinking that this would probably be collected again in the Omnibus Volume 3. Hopefully I'm making sense here. So now I'm kind of struggling with, like, maybe I shouldn't have bought it, I should have waited, because now I might have to double dip, because you're going to have all 3 matching spines, guys, right? Anyway, but, I mean, it's a good looking Absolute anyway, so who knows, and the Volume 3 might not come out for like a year from now anyway, or longer. Yeah, so I probably won't even be able to read it until, after Volume 2 anyway, if I want to stay in continuity, so blah, blah, blah. We'll see what happens. No regrets. Anyway, next I crossed another one off, or I guess another couple off my backlog. I got the Planetary Omnibus by Warren Ellis. Of course, I loved Transmetropolitan, so I thought I'd probably really enjoy this, and everybody always has great things to say about it. So we'll open it up pretty soon, probably after I read Detective Volume 2 and Sandman 5. I'll dive into this fatty, so whoo. And then I also picked up the Darth Vader Omnibus. Yes, sir. I'm a semi-big Star Wars fan, I guess. Not so much after the most recent film, but that's for another conversation. But beyond that, I've always been a fan of Darth Vader, and, I'm usually a big villain fan anyway. So, I saw there was a Darth Vader Omnibus, so had to put her on my list and finally pulled the trigger on it, and I'm about done with it. You see by my little Tony Moore bookmark. And I've really, really enjoyed it. Just a great history lesson in Darth Vader, and I really enjoy Dr. Aphra. This is my first introduction to her, and also the droids, 000 and BT, those little homicidal evil droids. Those are pretty interesting. So yeah, it's a great story, and definitely recommend it for Star Wars fans. And then last, just a small little trade. I got the Phantom X Max. Picked this up because over a month ago I finished the Uncanny X-Force, and it was my first introduction to Phantom X, and I really, really enjoyed him. So I wanted to seek out more stories to read featuring him, and found this little gem. Quick, funny read, some adult humor since it's Max Comics. So yeah. And now I know I need to pick up the New X-Men by Grant Morrison Omnibus to read his first appearance and more about him. So another one on the list. So yeah, that's all the books I've been picking up lately. And thanks a lot for stopping by. Keep it real, y'all.